Welcome to the Fifth Down. I'm Travis Kozak.
And I'm Jeff Schaefer. The 2011 edition of the War on the Shore was pretty much over before it even started, with Tawas easily rolling over rival Oscoda 60-14.
That's right, but what a difference a year makes. The Braves were winless heading into tonight's matchup with Oscoda, giving the Owls some hope of ending their 6-game losing streak to the Braves. Now, Oscoda starting the game with good field position, and early in the first, they were driving. That was until Alex Brinley coughs it up and the Braves jump on it. Not a good start for the home squad. And then on the ensuing Tawas possession, Dan Howell showing off his moves for the camera. He goes for a nice gain, and the Braves are cooking up something nice. A few plays later, the Braves draw first blood. Eric Thatcher on the reverse, gets around the outside, and he's off. No one's going to catch Thatcher. That puts Tawas up 6-0. Nice run there. Now in the second, Tawas looking to extend the lead, but this time Howell puts the ball on the ground. I heard his favorite candy bar is a Butterfinger.
Oh, come on.
That seems fitting there. And they're driving, now Oscoda is driving. Donovan Fouché gets fancy, bulldozing his way inside the 5, and then showing he knows how to finish what he started. He pounds it in for 6 here, and now we're all tied up at 6. Now, defense stiffened up after that, and then just before the half, Fouché is at it again. This time, just blowing by everyone. That puts the Owls up 14-6 at the half. Oscoda trailed in the final minutes in this one, but found the end zone once more with just over a minute to go, and they take down the Braves 22-18, the first time that's happened since 2005.
Wow, that's huge. Congrats to the Owls on a big win tonight. Now down in Whittemore, the other half of the Huron Shores battling for first place in the conference. We're knotted up at 6, but the Cards changed that. Travis McDonald takes the pitch around the edge and around the Alcona defense. He finds pay dirt. Whittemore goes on top. A little bit later, the Cards have extended their lead 21-6 when Jens Gillings makes the option pitch to McDonald, coming right into your living room or your den. I don't know where you keep your TV. Later, the QB keeps it himself on this play. Gillings finds some room up the middle and gets down near the Alcona 20-yard line. And then Gillings going to cap the drive off as well, this time with his arm as he finds Clay Loomis. And Clay fights through a tackle and extends over the goal line for another Cardinals score. Whittemore goes on to win this one big. Cards can clinch the Huron Shores title with a win next week over Tawas.
Now elsewhere on the high school gridiron tonight, Rogers City making their way up to the UP and coming back with nothing to show for it. They get blanked by St. Ignace 54-0. A much better result for Joburg as they find the win column for the second straight week, thanks in part to Mitch Hardy's 100 yards and 2 TDs on the ground as the Cards sneak past Central Lake 22-18.
At Au Gres, the Wolverines spoiling Atlanta's night. They upset the Huskies 24-12, Atlanta's first North Star League loss of the season. Brett Mazer reached the century mark on the ground while also finding pay dirt once in the victory. And in the 8-man game, Posen and Bel Air tangling in what turned out to be a shootout. The two squads combined for 90 points as the Eagles soar past the Vikings 50-40, despite 279 yards on the ground from Posen's Nick Hinska.
In the past 3 seasons, the showdown between Mayo and Hillman decided the North Star League title.
Yeah, and with Atlanta suffering its first league loss tonight, the 2012 battle between the Bolts and Tigers could have a big effect on the top of the standings yet again. The defending league champs hosting Hillman tonight out in Mayo were scoreless in the first quarter. The Bolts start to get moving through the air. Brad Rhodes hits Sean Obermiller over the middle to pick up a first down for Mayo. A little bit later, the Tigers strike on D. Rhodes, tries to dump it off short, but Dylan Ross swoops in for the pick and then makes a couple moves and takes it all the way to the house. The pick 6 puts Hillman on the board. 2-point conversion, no good. It's 6-0 Tigers. The Hillman defense stays strong later in the first half. Rhodes tries to roll out to his right, but Brendan Zimmer fights his way through a block and throws him down for a loss. The Bolts, though, were undeterred on offense as Rhodes, looking deep for Obermiller, airs it out. It's a tip drill. Seth Tommy comes in, makes a great diving snag, and Mayo is in business. Then the last play of the first quarter, Rhodes hooks up with Obermiller behind the secondary. He's in for 6. Bryson Devers runs in the 2-point conversion to put Mayo on top 8-6. That was also the score at halftime, and the Thunderbolts hang on for a tight win over Hillman.
Now across the state, unbeaten Mancelona hosting undefeated Onaway in a Ski Valley South showdown. The Ironmen grinding away on the ground. Wyatt Derrick taking it around the right side, finally getting taken down right in front of the camera. and then Mancy giving it right back to Dare. Another toss, another run, but this time Onaway is ready for it. So the Cards hanging tough on D here, but it was a different story on O. Carlos Batista rolling out, looking to pass for the Cards, but instead he gets swallowed up by Dalton Souls, who strips it away, giving it back to Mancelona. And the Ironmen don't take long to punch it in. Trevor Ackler exhibiting great balance. Nobody's bringing this guy down. He scampers into the end zone for 6. Mancelona all over Onaway in this one, handing the Cards their first loss of the year, 56-14.
Those Ironmen are always tough out there. So Onaway suffers its first loss. Alpena head to Gaylord tonight looking for its first win. And in the first quarter, Gaylord's Trevor Adams here wraps up Ashton Deaver for a loss. But later the Wildcats would get the offense going a little bit. They would do it through the air. Brady Marweed rolls out and finds Chandler Bloom to pick up a first down for the Wildcats. Later on, second quarter, Alpena still getting it done through the air. You could say the Wildcats are in bloom this time of year. Marweed to Bloom yet again. It looks like a similar play, but Chandler going to take it to the house for a long touchdown. The Wildcats go on to win this one and pick up their first W of 2012. So a big one for the Wildcats. They get in the win column tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. A huge win for them. The one surprising thing for me, after a strong showing last week from Atlanta, they got struck down by Augrey Sims.
We've been talking about the Huskies a lot because they've been so impressive this season. That's a tough loss, and I mean, North Star League going to be up for grabs, it looks like.
And that's just it. The game you were at, Hillman Mile, that could have a lot more meaning than we thought it
Yeah,
did.
we weren't sure how important that was going to be. It's going to be very important, it looks like.